This is the worst kind of mud. Oh my god. Ah.
Lake Sonoma is known as one of the faster and more runnable trail races in California, so we had come expecting sunshine and miles of smooth California carpet. But this year's race had other plans. A little slick. I was running the 50K as a training run ahead of Cocodona, while Audrey took on the 100K in search of a Western States qualifier.
Honestly, this rain.
And while my race would be over in a matter of hours, Audrey would have to spend the entire day battling an intensifying storm. And the question became, could she make it to the finish line? After picking up our van in San Francisco, we headed north, following the rugged California coastline, before eventually turning inland towards Lake Sonoma. The region sits on the edge of California's wine country, where vineyards blanket the hillsides and visitors come from all around the world to sample its wineries and restaurants. It's a different backdrop from the alpine terrain we're used to racing in, but these hills are home to one of the sport's most iconic spring races, a proving ground on the road to Western States. Well, we've arrived at our campsite on a ranch not too far from the start line. We've got a couple hours to kill, so we're just relaxing here with a cup of coffee before heading back into town to Healdsburg Running Company for a community shakeout run that Adidas Terex is hosting.
I believe you're running the 100. I know. I can't believe it either.
All right, here we go. Little preview of what's to come, eh?
I mean, it'd be nice if it was this flat. Maybe not for 100K. Actually, I take it back. I don't want a flat road 100K. Good work. Okay, so I'm just pre-filling a bunch of bottles. I'll start with 2 full ones, of course, and then since I don't have a crew tomorrow, I'll take advantage of all the drop bags. So I'll have 3 different drop bags with 2 pre-filled bottles in each. So I can quickly, transition, swap my flasks. Don't even have to top up with water because they'll be pre-filled. And I'm also putting a variety of different gels and stuff in my drop bags as well.
The 50K course follows a single clockwise loop through the hills surrounding Lake Sonoma, linking together a series of rolling trails and aid stations before reaching the finish. A total of 5,700 feet or 1,740 meters of elevation gain. The 100K begins with a climb on an early out and back, then follows the 50K course, before retracing the route all the way back to the finish, with 15,000 feet, more than 4,500 meters of elevation gain, and a cutoff time of 19 hours. The next day, we were up at 4 a.m. so that Audrey could get ready for the 5 a.m. start.
Yeah, oh, it's 4:40. I have to go drop off my drop bag. Oh, 15 minutes to go.
10 minutes to the start, about 5 minutes, and then everybody walk over and get to the chute.
Yeah, have fun.
Thank you and welcome to the 2026 Terex Lake Sonoma 100K. Yeah, how are we feeling? What are we doing today? You guys feeling great? Clap. The trails are nice and tacky. 30 seconds. Right, right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
That's the start of the 100K. They are off. I've got a couple hours to kill now. I can have breakfast and coffee, kind of relax a little bit, and I get warmed up and get ready for my race, which starts at 7:30.
First year for the 50K, yeah, we used to do the 50 and then we did the marathon. And this year we switched to the 100K and 50K. We just thought it'd be appropriate to stay with the kilometers versus going back to the miles. So
I appreciate that as a Canadian.
Yeah, right? There you go. There you go. Lots of rollers, and so that's why they do call it relentless, because it just keeps hitting. But I like to think that the runners we have out here are actually the ones that represent the word relentless.
Been running in the dark here for a good 75 minutes. It's very foggy. Not much to look at other than right in front of you. But we're starting to see the leaders coming back from the turnaround point up there. All right, Bridget Summit.
Get the selfie stick out.
I'm getting some hate here for filming myself. Whatever. Nice work.
We just had a message from Audrey. She's already at the summit on the out and back. I think that's ahead of her predicted times. And it's all downhill now back here to the start. And then she'll basically follow the 50K course out. So she could end up back here before or right around the time of the 50K start. We'll have to see.
Okay, headlamp is off. It's finally light enough out. And I'm on the long descent back to the start line area. I predicted this section would take me about 3 hours. I think I'll be a little faster than that, but I'm really not rushing. I'm trying not to burn off all my energy on this first big hilly section here.
It was finally time for me to get ready for the 7:30 start of my own race.
Maybe you can tell, but it's really windy up here. Definitely some weather coming in. Not a matter of if, but when, I think.
So we just got a message from Audrey. She's 1 kilometer out. We're not exactly sure where they come by here, but man, she's way ahead of schedule. So I think I'll end up passing her in those first few miles of the course, which will be fun.
Okay, so 2 hours, 20 minutes in, and I just went through the woodland aid station where I had a drop bag, had another pre-filled bottle, and I took some water. It's really raining now. I'm already soaked through. So now I climb up, I believe, to the South Lake trailhead, which is also the Lake Sonoma Ranch where Jeff and I camped a couple nights ago. And I might see him because his race starts in 5 minutes. And I believe they take the same way up. So yeah, I'm pretty sure he's gonna catch me soon.
Okay, here we go. We got about 5 minutes. I think I'll start with my jacket off. Be bold, start pull.
I was a bit mixed up back there. My race plan was to be here at the South Lake Trailhead aid station at 8 a.m. So I'm not that early. I'm about 20 minutes ahead of schedule. Feeling good. Up we go. There is the ranch down here and Lake Sonoma. Ah! Oh my god. Oh my god. Ah! This is the worst kind of mud. It's like that wet clay. It's It's really slippery and like sticky at the same time. It sticks to your shoes. Uh-oh. Yeah. Nice work. Good job. Okay, so that was obviously the 50K leaders. Expecting a lot more people coming through here really fast. Nice work! Way to go! Nice work, guys! Oh. That guy almost yeeted his ankle. He recovered nicely. Nice work.
Meanwhile, our videographer Noah was facing his own challenges.
While Jeff and Audrey are screaming through this course, they're making really, really good time. I am stuck in the worst traffic ever. I definitely missed him at the first aid station. I'm gonna have to go very fast to make him to the second. I probably should have just run it because I would have made it there faster. We'll see. I'll keep you posted.
Thanks, guys. Okay, first aid station there. I'm definitely still okay on water, nutrition, so we'll keep it moving. Here we go, some single track.
Oh, thank God. I'm doing 4.5 and then Warm Springs 11.5.
Thank you.
Go get him, guys. Trail surfing today.
Trail surfing is right. A little slick, a little slick. Despite all the mud, I was having a great time on the flowy, rolling terrain. Just beautiful single track.
This trail is really quite narrow, but this forest, man, it's really beautiful.
Coming through, coming through.
Hi, Jeff.
How's it going?
Good.
How you doing?
Good.
Let's run.
Yeah.
How was the out and back?
It was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly a bit on the road and then like a wide double track. 26K in,
Yeah.
3.5 hours.
You're ahead of splits, I think, right?
I'm a little ahead of schedule, yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, feeling good.
Aren't these trails fun?
So fun. So muddy though. As promised.
Yeah, muddy as promised, that's right. Okay, see ya.
Yeah, bye.
Have fun. Okay, just over an hour and a little over 10 kilometers in, about 10.5K. We're on a long climb here now, but still quite runnable. I think everything here is just runnable enough that you can't really afford to hike. So truly relentless. Audrey's looking good back there. She's in good spirits. She's a little ahead of her schedule, which is great. And it's wet, but perfect racing temperature. Oh yeah, look at this. Nice job. I was now on a short out and back to the Island View aid station, which would be mile 7 for me and mile 17 for Audrey. Hey guys. Hey. Okay, thanks volunteers, see ya. Okay, it's Audrey again.
Okay, that was the Island View aid station. I had to take care of a little hot spot on my baby toe, and unfortunately my band-aid and my tape that were in my pocket were really wet, so not super confident that's gonna stick. Anyway, for now it feels fine. I might need to take another look later. And in my drop bag, at the halfway point, I have clean socks. So I might do that so I have drier feet later. Next update in a bit.
Oh, I can hear the drones overhead there. Probably launching off of a boat from the lake. And what's, are we lucky with the weather here? What's it been like?
It's been really hot. It's been
Yeah.
hot, like everything you've been hearing. It's been like the West Coast here.
Okay, yeah.
We just started getting rain again after like maybe 6 weeks of just heat.
You said you saw a rattlesnake?
Yeah, there's rattlesnakes out here.
Yeah.
So like when it gets hot, like we did a group run 2 weeks ago, and I think a bunch of us were seeing them.
Yeah.
So I saw one maybe like 5 feet from me.
Yeah. Not today, probably though.
I think we're good.
Yeah.
That's the sun making an unexpected appearance. Feels lovely. And it's an instant mood booster.
Next stop would be the Warm Springs aid station, the first chance for us to access our drop bags and the location of the iconic bridge crossing.
We are at the Warm Springs Bridge, which this year it's floating. It's got about 6 feet of water underneath it. It's a lot better to go across dry. Woo!
Predictions about people falling in the water? You think anyone will?
At least 2. That's what I'm expecting, and it's only up to here on me, so they should be fine. We'll roll. Oh, here we go. Woo!
This bridge is so integral to the course that one year when it broke, they had to cancel the race. Hey, thank you.
Little bridge action. We'll flip her in a second.
Okay, thanks. Thank you. I do actually, yeah. 673. Thanks so much. I had a couple of pre-filled bottles in my drop bag that I grabbed, and that was it. Here we go, second half. Audrey soon arrived as well, about 15 minutes after I'd left the aid station.
Hi! How's it going? It is 10:40 a.m. and I just went through the Warm Spring aid station. I had a drop bag there, so just a quick pit stop to swap my bottles, grab some nutrition. I got there actually a little bit hungry, so the previous leg I was a little light on food intake. The rain is back, but it is just kind of a drizzle. Still feeling pretty good. Definitely at that point where I'm starting to feel, you know, some fatigue, some tightness, but overall, I feel great.
Well, we just hit 30K. I slowed down a little bit there in the middle, but that's okay because I popped a 200 milligram caffeine pill not too long ago, and I'm feeling pretty good again. And the way I like to think about any race, I always break it up into sections. And with the 50K, you know, once I get past the 30K mark, I really feel like I only have 10 kilometers of hard work left. Because once I hit 40, I'm into the single digits, and I can just count those down 1 kilometer at a time. So here we go, we got 10 kilometers to go, and then we'll be on the home stretch.
Little update from this beautiful forest. 47K, so getting pretty damn close to the halfway point. Other than that, it's gotten a little bit lonely. So I got a podcast on, which I rarely do during races, but felt a bit of a mental low point coming. So I figured that could be helpful for the next little while. I'm also gonna take a caffeine gel shortly here, which solves all problems. Not that I have any major problems.
The lead 100K runner just went by. They do a big out and back and basically follow the same course that we just did back to the start line. And it looks like he's got a massive gap. Mountain Outpost was following him with the drone for the live stream. Must be a cool shot. Beautiful view. Hey guys.
Only to 2.7, we got water right here.
Okay, I'm good then. Yeah. This was a water-only aid station, and I had plenty left, so I decided to press on. Woo! A little slick. These trails are just a dream. We don't have anything like this back home. California carpet, even with the mud, it's fairly sticky, aside from a few pretty slippery spots. Just awesome running though. Nice job. Okay, that looked like the lead female in the 100K on her way back. The 100K does an out and back basically of the 50K course back to the start. So she's got about 30K to go. Guys,
Nice job.
thank you. Hey, look at this party.
Yeah, buddy.
Thanks, guys. Okay, refilled both of my bottles. Got rid of some trash. Got about 15, 16K to go. A few miles back, Audrey was now reaching that water-only aid station herself.
Hello. Thanks so much. We'll see you later. Okay, so that was a water-only aid station. 2.7 miles to Liberty Glen aid station. Looks like I'm dropping down and then climb right back up. And that will be officially just past the halfway point once I get there. So, good motivation.
How's your day going?
Honestly, much better now. I got a little pick-me-up from all the people on course.
Tell me about the weather compared to what it usually is here.
Oh, well, I've only done the races that they have in October and September.
Okay.
Normally it's like 95
Yeah.
and totally exposed. So today is much more pleasant, I would say.
Mallory was also using this as a training run for her upcoming 100-miler, so we'd end up teaming up for the final stretch of the race. Hey guys! Okay, thanks guys. Appreciate you.
Way to go, guys.
Thank you!
Okay, let's put this to bed.
Let's go!
And you guys have Band-Aids here by chance? I'm feeling a little bit of a chafing situation that I need to resolve. As good as new. Okay, that's gonna stay here. It's raining again now. Damn it. Okay, I will see you later.
Okay, thanks guys. Here we go. Yeah.
Woo! Excited for a van shower after this.
That's right. What do we got? 5K left, I think. It's gotta be the last hole.
It's gotta be the last hill.
Thanks for being out here.
Way to go, guys.
Thank you.
Keep it up. Almost there.
Just like that. 50K.
No, it was a good day on the trails.
Thanks for hanging out.
Good training run. Yeah, thanks for the company.
Get down!
job.
That was fun.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Great job out there.
Thank you.
Well, that last stretch went by pretty quickly. I ended up teaming up with a girl named Mallory, who was also running the race today as a training run for her upcoming 100-miler. We'd been yo-yoing for most of the day, so chatted our way down to the finish line here. I've pretty much just been hanging out here since, cheering on runners. I had a shower here in the van, got some pizza at the finish line, but the weather got pretty bad. The rain got really intense. There was heavy wind. The arch blew over. They had to stop making pizza. Everything was getting soaking wet, and it got pretty cold, so I'm a little bit worried about Audrey and the rest of the 100K runners who are going to be out there for a couple more hours. The last update on the tracker still put Audrey on track for her 15 to 16 hour finish time, which means she's still going to be out there for a few more hours.
That was a really tough climb. Almost 60K in, and just about to arrive at my turnaround point. Okay, there it is. Turnaround point. Good job. Whew. Is that just water? This is
50K, let's go up this way.
How's it going out there?
That part's over, so good.
I just saw Audrey, caught her right as she was leaving. She was looking very good. She was happy. She had some food and water, and then turned around and hightailed out of there, running up a pretty steep grade, which was good to see. In terms of the filming, this has definitely been a challenging race. The first challenge was the water, which has ruined the ND filter, and then the second one, the mic stopped working.
On my way now back to Liberty Glen. Yeah, I'm really not going fast on this descent because it's a little painful and it's very muddy and slippery, so I'm just being careful. Ooh, nice work. So I have a pretty bad nosebleed at the moment. Just wiped it on my shirt because I thought it was just snot. I'll sometimes get this in very dry climates if I blow my nose too aggressively, but cannot say it's dry here today. I can't quite tell how bad it is. Like, are people looking at me wondering if I got punched in the face or... Nosebleed under control, I think. Found some nice people who had tissues. They gave me a whole packet, so I'll be all right. Okay, I just hit 70K and my nose is running mostly clear again. It's very wet, it's very cold, but we're gonna get this done. I think I'm okay, thank you. Okay. So that was the Wellfro water aid station, and 5 miles to the next one where I have a drop bag. Barely eaten anything, so I better get on that.
What's this race been like so far, man?
It's been great, man. I mean, it's one of the toughest races out there. I just up and down, and it's slippery, you know, so it's like makes it extra hard. But I'm enjoying it. I mean, we got lucky with the weather, you know. I thought it was gonna be raining cats and dogs the whole time.
It's only raining cats and dogs half the time?
Yeah, right.
Pretty brutal out there for these runners. They've been coming in really wet. The feet have been pretty gnarly. It also sounded like a lot of people didn't even make it to the start line this morning. Only 65% of the runners started today. So the ones that are out here are killing it, and we're happy to see them come through the aid station.
It's a war zone out there. It's getting pretty wet out there. Nice work.
Despite the worsening conditions, Audrey remained focused on her goal of getting a Western States qualifier.
80K update. The rain did not stop. Spoiler alert. Though it looks like it's maybe easing off a little bit here, but I'm very wet and having a hard time staying warm, so it's a little tricky to do regular updates. I have to force myself, because quite frankly, I just want to keep my hands inside my sleeves and try to focus on running as much as I can here. Getting there.
The majority of people look pretty good and they're having fun regardless of the rain. There was one who was extremely cold and had to blanket up. One guy actually had a full wardrobe change right here and looked like he was going out to dinner afterwards. Everybody's been really positive. It's been fun.
A little wet, a little cold. This is type 2 fun out here. We're managing.
Thoughts on the last section?
Awful. So windy, so wet, slippery. It's really hard to stay warm.
Our camera guy Noah had already driven 2 runners back to the start from here with hypothermia, and soon would be asked to drive 2 more. But after warming up a bit, Audrey was back on her way.
Okay, bye everyone.
Woo, nice job, girl!
Come on.
Okay, kilometer 85 update. Still raining, still cold, but still putting one foot in front of the other. So in theory I've got 15K to go, but my watch says closer to 20 left. I think I'll make it either way, as long as I don't get hypothermic. I'm still in somewhat good spirits, given the circumstances. I'll get this done slowly but surely. Maybe before dark, maybe not.
Audrey was now in the final 20K of the course, but more weather was moving in and night was quickly approaching.
Okay, so I've had a bit of a hot spot on my heel for a while, but it was pretty minor. But that last creek crossing there just made it so much worse. Like right now it feels like my heel is raw. Not very confident that's gonna stick once again. My skin is just way too wet. This band-aid is gonna be completely useless. On the bright side, check this out. My bloody shirt is all clean now. The other positive news is that the rain has stopped, at least for now. Take it. Nice to have a little break. Wow.
We're basically helping out at the aid stations and getting people fed and hydrated.
What have the people looked like coming through?
Wet.
Dirty, cold,
Yeah,
tired.
miserable.
As the sun set, the rain started back up and the temperature dropped dramatically. But fortunately, Audrey was now close. Okay, so it's 8:45. Audrey just went through the last checkpoint, the last aid station. She's on her way down to the finish. Expecting her anytime now.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I also got you a hotel room to pay, don't worry. So proud of you.
Nice. Well learned, Audrey.
I don't want to go Western States. No.
It won't be raining like this in Western States, don't worry.
I mean, she was doing better than I was. I was cold and shivering and miserable, and she was just like methodical. You were on a mission.
But for the record, I was also cold and miserable. But I was focused.
Definitely tested the limits of my gear. Things that I didn't even know could break because of water, like an ND filter can break by getting covered in water.
Oh no.
Didn't know that.